Welcome to Travel on Trips. I'm Hazel, and today we're going to be talking about travel essentials to survive your long-haul flight. Let me think back. The longest flight that I've ever been on was 19 hours, and let me tell you, that was a long flight. So I've learned a few tricks along the way that I'm going to share with you. Some items that I don't leave home without. First, let me introduce you to my compression travel socks. Let me tell you, these are a game changer. Traveling long distances, when you're sitting for long periods of time, there's a risk of blood clots in some people, and just an overall feeling of swelling and uncomfortable legs, fatigue when you are sitting for such long periods of time. I will be honest, they do get hot, so I wait to put them on until I'm on flight and I'm ready to go to bed for the night. I'll slip them on and wear them until we're about to land, and it kind of helps reduce by providing that compression that you need in the lower legs to help the blood flow go back up to your heart. But there's all different types out there that you can find on Amazon. But if you tend to get tired legs when you're on the flight, I really highly recommend that you travel with compression socks. To help combat jet lag, you need to stay hydrated, and I always travel with some type of hydration tablet. I use, these individually packed Nooms are really good. I prefer the ones that don't have sugar, but it's really important to stay hydrated. I try to avoid drinking coffee and soda pops, and I tend to lean more into drinking just straight water, or my preference is using a hydration tablet. Next, I always travel with some type of hand sanitizing or just a sanitizing wipe in general, just to wipe around the area. Planes are not the cleanest places in the world, so I toss a couple of these in my carry-on bag and I can wipe down the seat. I can bring them with me to the bathroom. Anything that I'm going to be touching that's public area that might be a little bit dirty, I will clean with me, and I also have hand sanitizer, but I do like to bring hand sanitizing wipes. And with that comes hand sanitizing spray. I really love this little compact one. I got this gifted to me and I fell in love with it, and I found them in a gift shop close to my house, and they come in all different scents, and the nice thing about it is that it's refillable. So you can take the lid off, and this is the little place where the liquid can go in, so you can refill it with whatever scent you want or whatever hand sanitizer you have. It is a liquid spray type hand sanitizer, so when you refill it, you have to keep that in mind. I don't think it's going to take the gel very well, but it's like a credit card, and it just fits so nicely in your pocket or in your seat back organizing bag or in your purse. We all know, right? Everyone should be using hand sanitizer, especially when you're traveling. This one smells like lavender, and it is so nice. So this is what I recommend. I'm going to touch on supplements too, because if you're taking a red eye or you need to sleep on the plane, I personally don't like taking sleeping pills. I like to do it a little bit more natural, and I might bring melatonin with me. And also I tend to get leg cramps, so although the compression socks do help, in general, I get leg cramps, so I like to travel with magnesium. This is a powder that just goes into a drink, so if I'm having some water before I go to bed on the flight, I'll just put a scoop of this in my water, and it does really help with muscle fatigue and prevent the cramping from happening in my legs. Next, I'd like to talk about headphones. So I know earbuds are really, really popular. However, my ears tend to get sore when I'm wearing them for too long, and also I find it difficult sometimes to sleep with them in. And if I'm going to watch a movie or listen to some music, I like to have over-the-head headphones. They're a little bit noise canceling too, so just for comfort I like to travel with these, and then if I'm going to sleep I'll take them off. One day I hope to get a pair of Bose noise canceling ones. My husband has a pair and he loves them. So that's my next purchase. But for now I travel with these ones. I like them because they can fold up quite small. And I also travel with the ones that have the cord that attach to the back seat in front of you. So these little guys are ones that I picked up at the airport once when I forgot my headphones. Now there are Bluetooth type that you can get, so you don't actually have to have the cable attached to the seat to your ear. You can just plug in the little device and then you can sync up your Bluetooth earbuds to those and you'll be able to listen to music and watch movies and whatnot. But I just always like to travel with a pair of these. Also, a lot of the flights, they used to charge to buy these. Now they just give them away for free. These ones are a little bit better quality and they don't take up much room, so I just always stick them in my bag and I travel with them. Which brings me to my next item, my little bag. So this is my seat back organizer bag. As you can see, it's pretty big, but the one thing that I love about it is that I can have it pre-packed in my carry-on bag, and right before I get on the flight, I just simply grab it out and I have it in my hand, and then it goes right into the seat back in front of me. It's big enough to fit a small iPad or a book. So I have a book in there. And then on the other sides, it's got a couple compartments. In one of the compartments, I'll put stuff like, this is a little personal, but it's Beano, because nobody likes to be sitting next to a smelly person. And we all know airport food isn't the best. So if you have a meal and it doesn't agree with your stomach, you don't need to be sitting next to that person. So you're welcome. I travel with these. I also like to travel with a makeup removing wipe. I never leave home without hair scrunchies. I've got a couple of those in here. I also bring some hand lotion because it tends to get really dry. I've got a glass case because no one wants scratched glasses. And I travel with some, this is for dizziness. It's just all natural like supplements that you can put under your tongue sublingually. And there's another one here, Arnica, for aches and pains, because you know, when you're in your 50s, that just happens. Not proud of it, but it does. And then in the next compartment, that's where I keep my earbuds. And if I'm not wearing the small earbuds, I also have ear plugs. And I really, really like these ones because they're heat moldable. And I'll show you what those look like in a second. But what you do is take it out of the case. This is what it looks like. You get 2 sets in there. And you can see I haven't worn these ones yet, but these ones are a little different shape. Is you just take it in your hand and you like rub it around and squish it like kind of like Play-Doh, and you make it soft and malleable, and then you can put it in your ear and it'll form to the actual shape of your ear and it'll just sit in there. And these are really, really good for sleeping. It blocks out a lot of the noise, not all of it, but enough for me to be able to get a good night's sleep. And sleep is very important when you're on those long haul flights. So I also keep with me a little organizer bag for all my electronics. So I will keep in here like my cell phone charging cable. I like to travel with this adapter. It's just a plug, but it has the C cable and a USB, and it's got multiple slots in it so that I can I can charge more than one item at a time. And it's rated really high, so it can handle a lot of power throughout this little unit. Input 100 to 240. So this little guy is awesome. So this is my electronics. I'll keep my like external battery charger in there, and anything else electronic wise, I like to keep in this little electronic bag. Now let's talk about comfort when sleeping. So there's a couple things that you need to know about me first, is that I'm pretty short. So I'm only 5'2", and on the airplane, it's kind of nice because the seats aren't really deep, which is great. But the problem is that my feet don't actually rest on the floor flat-footed. So if I'm on an airplane for longer than 4 hours, I tend to get really achy knees. And for that, I travel with a foot hammock. So it just basically straps on to the seat in front of you and it sits. This one's a soft bottom one, but you can get ones that have like pieces of cardboard or like a bottom in it that keeps it flat. I like this one because sometimes instead of just having my foot flat in it, I'll sometimes let my calf rest in there and I'll like cross my legs and let it be like a little bit of a sling. This saves me when I'm traveling. And if I'm on a flight that's going to be longer than 4 hours, I never go anywhere without this. And it just hooks on to the tray table. You can adjust the length and size. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're short like I am, you're gonna want one of these. The next thing for long haul flights is, no one really talks about this, but your butt gets sore. So your tailbone, if you're sitting a certain way, there's only so many positions you can get into because the seats are only yay big unless you're fancy and you're flying first class, or those lay flat seats. So if you are, be my friend, I'll come with you and travel. So I like to travel with this inflatable seat cushion, and it's pretty easy. You just blow it up. There's a little toggle right there. Be careful when you're buying these online because some of them are really, really small and then half your butt's on them and half your butt's not. But anyway, this is a little seat cushion. There are better ones out there, but they are bulky, and I'm trying to fly like small and minimalistic. So this is the one that I went with that I really like. And then another item that I have searched high and low. This is the holy grail of neck pillows if you have a long neck. Having a long neck has its hurdles because I have yet to find, until this one, a neck pillow that was actually comfortable and that I could sleep with. So this is the holy grail of neck pillows if you have a long neck. This is the name of it. And it is inflatable. It has this nice like fuzzy fabric, but it's not hot. The reason why I like this one is because it has this little bridge in it. Hopefully I can show this to you properly, but it has this connection. It almost looks like those Star Wars things that fly around, one of those spaceships. Meow. Okay, I'm trying to crack a joke here, but so it has a pretty big air intake valve. It does unzip here so that you can wash it. You can take the cover off and wash it. So the reason why I like this one, and I don't want to blow it up because I'm lazy. You get the idea. It goes like this. So when it's inflated, this chin thing holds your chin up, and you can turn it to the side. And anyway, I love this one. Regardless, if you don't have a long neck and you want to sleep, long haul flights give you blankets and pillows, but who's used them before you? And are they really that great? And here's a little tip. If you do take the pillow from them, I like to take the pillowcase off, flip it inside out, and put the pillow back in because you don't know how many times they've used it. I mean, they're supposed to be clean, but I don't trust it. And same with the blankets. They'll come in a little bag. Sometimes you'll open the bag and you'll see like a hair or something on it, or I don't know. I like to wrap it in like something like if I have something on me, like a scarf or something, I'll put the scarf around it, and I just make sure I wash my scarf after. 3 things to make your long haul flight comfortable for sleeping is a neck pillow, a seat cushion, and a foot hammock if you are short like me. And speaking of sleeping, you're gonna want an eye mask. So they'll turn the lights on at the most inconvenient times, just when you're drifting off to sleep because they want to serve water or it's a mealtime or whatever. But I really like this eye mask. It is completely adjustable, and the one thing that is awesome about it, it has these removable eye sockets. So this is what makes it black out everything. And I'm really sensitive with my nose, and this mask is great because I can position the eye pockets exactly where they need to be, leaving the bridge of the nose unobstructed. And I can adjust how tight or how loose I want it. And the fabric is really, really soft and like cooling. And this is the name of it. As my Nana always said, she travels with a silk scarf. Now, it doesn't have to be a silk scarf, but I do recommend traveling with a scarf. It can get really cold on those overnight flights. I like these nice big scarves because they can act like a blanket. And if I'm going to a warm destination, this is a great shawl that I could be wearing out, for an evening out. And then it's great because it can just, be worn small, like a traditional scarf, like so. And then if I am using the pillow provided by the airlines, I can just stuff the pillow in here and use it so that I'm, you know, against my own stuff and not germs. And last but not least, your wallet. It's really easy to overpack. So I like to downsize exactly what I need in a small wallet. You know, it depends on what country you're going to, but there's pickpockets and thieves out there, so you just have to be careful. So the smaller the wallet, bring just your essentials. I have a scarf that has a zipper in it, and I'll keep it on me. I don't like to keep it in a bag. I like to have my wallet on me, which is why I like to have a small one. I have a vest that has a pocket on the inside, so it's against my chest. But yeah, don't go home without your wallet. You need your ID, and you're gonna need some money and credit cards for all that shopping you're gonna do. And there you have it. Those are my top 15 travel essentials that I don't leave without so that I can survive those long haul flights. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if there's anything that you bring on your long haul flight that I didn't mention today, please leave a comment below. I'd love to know what you bring and how do you survive those long flights. Till next time, bye.